Hi, I'm going to talk about text messaging and modern mobile communication. Just to remind you of the surveillance of mobile phones in the UPs and background. In its World Factbook, the Central Intelligence Agency estimated 255 million subscribed cell phone users in the United States for 2008, which is about 84% of the nation's population and 2.2 billion subscribed cell phone users in the world, which is a little over a third of the population. Text messaging, almost equally as popular, is a phone feature that is now available from every network today that allows people to exchange short text messages between their phones. The claim I'm going to make is text messaging enhances modern mobile communication. How? One of the ways that, one of the three ways I'm going to talk about is people have become more immediately available and virtually closer. The second point is that it has allowed people to communicate from and to anywhere. My third point is that it has allowed for rapid, simple communication. So the first point of my claim is that due to the increased presence of text messaging, as you saw in the statistics of subscribed users, people have become more immediately available and virtually closer. An article in the NY Times states that there were about 384 billion text messages reported for the first half of 2008, which is equal to more than 2 billion text messages a day, and reported text messages are basically doubling every year in the United States. This shows an increased amount of potential text users, persons that not only can be contacted by phone, but also immediately through text messages. In an example from an LA Times article about text messaging and culture, text messaging will catch you no matter where you are. That's quoted. Since messages are received instantly, contact is established as soon as the person reads the message. My second point, the second point of my claim is that the nature of text messaging does not require designated time or area for private use, as long as it's allowed. And that has allowed people to communicate from and to anywhere. As long as you're able to look at your phone keypad, you can send text message, as most of you know. And this helps especially in noisy places like crowded meetings or concerts. More specifically, the nature of text messaging reinforces the ability of people to bring conversations from physically absent or mobile sources. In a book called Cyberculture by various authors showing the effects of network communication, it is illustrated that many people were moving around rather than staying in a fixed geographical location. And they were maintaining social networks that were often made up of people who were quite geographically remote from each other. We can see that people do not have to be stationary in order to send messages. And my third point of my claim is that text messaging has allowed for rapid, simple communication, as it involves an instant transfer of information that can be read instantly, or as soon as it's received or read. Yeah. Because it's limited to about 200 characters. A text message usually communicates the core of the information. But in a quote from a book about a new regime aided by the internet, newspapers don't give us news because the time frame of the net, what newspapers print, is old news before ink meets paper. We can compare that to text messaging, where we could be contacted of news almost immediately after it happens. Instant news can be more important in various cases. An example is a class schedule program like Open Seats, I think it was, a couple quarters ago. A text message could be important so it could notify a student as soon as a registration sheet becomes available. Of course, substantial information can be communicated better through means other than 160 characters of text, but a short paraphrase can transmit the main idea. To recap, I stated that the immediate send and receive nature of text messaging technology has enhanced communication by, one, reshaping the way people are available, allowing the exchange of information anywhere, and by potentially increasing the speed at which information is exchanged. Even with that said, use text messaging as a tool for easier communication rather than letting it consume your entire world with excessive abbreviations and small talk. Wow.